Hello guys, good day. Welcome back to my channel RHC Engineering. And for today's tutorial, for today's video, I will be discussing about the new blog in our website. So website pala natin is rhcetools.com. So wag niyong kalimutan yan. Malaking tulong yan guys. Especially sa mga baguhan. Totoo. So punta lang kayo dyan. Search lang ninyo yan. Then pwede kayo pumili rito. May mga tools dito kung gusto ninyo. Patalastas. Ito, pwede kayo ah, mag-calculate ng area ng lot ninyo. Tapos, for free lang to guys. Okay. Ayan. Then, you can download also here if you want. Check na lang ninyo. And, punta tayo dito sa blog. Madaming mga ano na tayo, mga topic. Ito, meron tayong beams, columns, section designer, and the other blogs. Pero yung ano natin ngayon, blog is regarding the biaxial concrete column design as per ACI 310-19M, the complete guide with detailed calculation. Maganda to guys, para hindi na kayo maganap. So click lang ninyo yan, then ito makikita ninyo. Meron tayong introduction, and yung mga key learning and objectives, and of course yung theoretical background. Okay, yung failure modes in biaxial columns. Meron tayong compression, failure, tension, balance, and combine. And of course, this is the column cross-section interaction behavior. Yung commonly sa mga column section natin is ganito. Considering square columns, square section. So yung red na yan, reinforcement, and the tie bar or the reinforcement. Yan. So hindi nga lang to accurate yung pagka-drawing kasi supposed to be nasa gilid yung ano natin, reinforcement. Yung tie bar, ito, sa gilid lang yan. Then yung black na yan is the section, the boundary of the column section. Then meron tayo dito, 3.2, yung axial and the moment interaction diagram. Ito yung mag-represent. This is the axial load and the moment load here. And yung PV na yan is the balance. Yeah. Ito yung compression control and the tension control naman sa baba. Biaxial naman ito para surface. Considering the 3D, biaxial na yan. Dalawang location. Yung PMX and meron tayong MX and MY na. Kaya nagiging 3D tayo. And the load control method visualization, ganito. Yung load control niya daw. Kapag mag-ano kayo, pag magba-finite analysis kayo, or by contour plotting, ganito yung mga kulay na yan. So, ito yung mga combination na yan. Yung blue is the 0.82% of the PO. Yung violet na yan ay green, 0.6 of PO. And violet na yan, design point. So, MUX, MUY. Yung orange na yan is 0.4 PO, then 0.2 PO. Yung red. So, ito yung understanding the interaction diagram. Check na lang ninyo guys. And ito yung method sa pag-design natin. Load contour method, ito yan. As per sa section na to. And meron tayong designation of course. MUX, MUY, this is required flexural strengths about X and Y. Ito yung ultimate naman natin, design flexural strengths for uniaxial bending in the alpha and DP. Reciprocal method naman ito. Okay? And we have a design procedure. Okay, step by step. So, kailangan muna natin, first, load analysis. So, kailangan muna natin i-determine yung factor load and moments. Then, of course, the column geometry. Establish the column dimension and reinforcement layout. Third is the material properties. We need to define the concrete and the steel strengths. And the uniaxial analysis. First, they calculate uniaxial capacities for both axes, and next will be the biaxial interaction, apply interaction equations, and lastly, the design verification, check all code requirements. Okay, and the load combination as per ACA 218-19, section 5.3, ito yung sa ultimate load combination. Ito yung susundin ninyo. Pero commonly kung mayroon na kayong ultimate actual loads and the moments, both x and y directions, you can input it directly sa Excel sheet mo or tools by following for this on this blog. Okay, we have a detailed design example. We have a problem statement. Design a square tiled column subject to biaxial bending with the following specification. So, actually, pwede na kayo gumawa ng Excel dito eh. Diretso na. Kasi step by step ito. Sangka pa, no? And so guys, para sa mga members natin, gagawa tayo ng tools and exclusive lang para sa inyo. Okay? So, sa ngayon, muna tayo? Vlog muna tayo. And this is very good kasi talaga, detailed siya, step by step. And as reference niyo. Okay? Then, meron tayong unsupported length, of course, para sa checking na mamaya yan sa slenderness yata. Check natin later. FC prime, Fy, clear cover, tie, bar or ties, diameter, and the main bar's diameter. Then applied loads, we have the actual loads and the moment about x and y direction. Okay? And next, we have geometry properties. So pwede na to guys gawin ninyong Excel or sa MathCAD. Mabilis lang to. Nandiyan na rin yung mga formula, hindi na kayo mahirapan. And for the geometric properties, we have column sections. Yung B and H, so of course, pares lang siya. Kasi nga, naka-square column siya. And yung gross area natin, ito. B times its line, then effective depth. Kailangan natin yung cover daw, yung D prime na yung cover, plus tie diameter, plus half of the diameter. Yan. Ito yung distansya mula sa face ng column to the centroid ng vertical reinforcement ninyo. So it was 340. And slenderness checking as per section 6.2.5. So dapat ito. I-check ninyo yan. And by checking sa radius of gyrations, 0.3 times h lang yan. Slenderness ratio, KL. Yung K na yan, kailangan nyo i-check kasi nagdedepende yan sa support. Kung pin to pin or fix or cantilever. So, i-check na lang ninyo yan. And slenderness limit natin ito. 34, my over m2, 34. Since 29 yung slenderness ratio natin is 29.2, less than sa 34. So, therefore, slenderness effect can be neglected. So, mabilis na lang. So, kapag mag-more than siya sa 34, kailangan ninyo i-consider. Okay? And para sa reinforcement layout natin, nag-assume tayo ng 8 pirasong 20 mm, uniformly distributed around the perimeter. So, magiging still area natin, ito. So, 2513. Tama ba? 3.14. Actually, meron tayong tools dito eh. Yung sa mga members natin, meron na to. Yung hindi pa nag-avail, pwede kayo mag-register. Hindi pa kayo nag-register. Saan yan? 8 pirasong 28. Sorry, 20. Tama. 2513. 2513.27. Tama. Tama to. Then, yung still ratio natin, ES over AG, ito. So, 1.57% lang yan. Okay siya. Nasa limit siya kasi dapat less than sa dapat hindi siya bababa sa 1% and hindi siya talampas sa 8%. Pero yung 8% na yan, dapat dire-diretso yan. If may splicing kayo, magkakaiba na yan kasi madudoble. So, yun. I-check na lang niyo yan. Then, yung next, self-lectural capacity by witness trace block analysis. So, ito. Check na lang niyo yan. Strain and stress distribution. Any capacity about x-axis. Compression control section, large axial loads by witness trace block. So, ito yung balance condition natin. And balance axial force. And for the given axial load, PU, so by trial of 250 mm, so makukuha natin yung A. And force equilibrium, ito yung equation natin. And for the steel stress, okay, i-zoom in lang natin para malaki. Ito naman, compression and steel forces. Then, ito yung nominal strength. 0.65. Okay. Then, para sa moment capacity about x-axis, ito naman yung formula. Concrete distribution and the total moment capacity. Okay? Para naman sa y-axis about y-axis, due to symmetry, same lang din the capacity about y-axis is identical. So, kung anong value mo sa x, same din siya. Pero kung hindi, ito yung process natin. Ito. Okay? And for the biaxial interaction check, using the load contour method, using this code, ito yung formula natin. Yung summation of this ultimate moment over the capacity raised to gamma plus y direction naman raised to gamma. It should be less than or equal to 1.0. Okay? So, paano natin makakuha? So, gamma, let's say 1.0. Determining an exponent x, alpha. Okay? So, kapag yung PU over capacity mo is greater than or equal to 0.1, yung alpha mo is 1.0. Okay? Then, concentric load capacity, ito yung formula natin. Then, check load level. Okay? So, 0.364. So, greater than or equal sa 0.1. Therefore, yung alpha is 1.0. Okay? Then, our biaxial interaction check will be 1.827. So, it is greater than 1.0. So, the section is inadequate for the given biaxial loading. The column requires larger dimension or more reinforcement. Correct. So, ito yung sample representation natin. Okay. So, hindi siya malaki yung ano natin, ratio, yung interaction diagram ratio. Then, kailan natin i-modify yung section and the reinforcement. Nag-increase tayo ng section, 450 by 450, then nag-increase tayo ng quantity ng rebars kasi nga, para makuha natin yung 1% ng 450 by 450. Okay? So, pumapatak siya ng 1.86% lang. Okay na yan. Then, same process. So, as you can see, yung interaction natin pumatak ng 0.714. So, okay na siya. Then, we have another alternative design methods, yung reciprocal load method, yung P naman, yung sa axial. Okay. Para sa 500 by 500 column, ito yung ano niya, na sample. Mag-sample tayo rito. Ito yung capacity na makukuha niya. Okay? Then for actually, yun ang pala. Alternative design methods lang to. Yung reciprocal load. Okay? And for the computer analysis methods, pwede ninyo i-check yung SP equal by structure point. Meron din palang pakakul by Portland Cement Association. At meron din CSI column. And pwede rin yung ETABS by CSI. Pwede nyo mag-design ng column. Or the custom spreadsheet with interactive solutions. Okay. And our code requirement summary, according to the ACI 318-19 And key provisions. So, ito yung mga section natin. Then, ito yung mga value and formula. Okay? Hindi na kayo mahirapan maghanap. Pwede na i-verify na lang yung section na to kung totoo. And para sa detailing additional, critical detailing requirements for biaxial columns for the clear cover, minimum for 40 mm for the cast-in-place columns. Bar spacing, minimum 25 mm or 1.33 times the aggregate size. And the tie configuration, regular ties with 135 degrees hooks. Splice length, as per this section, 25.5. And the construction joints, horizontal construction joints allowed. Yes, yes. Of course. Ito yung common natin eh. Kaya nagpuputol tayo sa column eh. Pag mahaba na. And practical design considerations. Of course, the load path analysis. Understanding the load path is crucial for biaxial load column design. Key considerations. Identify sources of biaxial moments, eccentricity, lateral loads, etc. Consider construction tolerances, yes, and imperfections. So, dapat may factor of safety ka dito. Account for long-term effects, creeps, shrinkage, like that. Yung sa 8 tabs, may mga consideration sila. Sa pag-insert pa lang ng materialis, mayroon tanong mga creeps, coefficients, mga temperature. Evaluate the stability effects for the cylinder columns. Yes. And for the optimization strategies, efficient biaxial column design strategies. Okay. Shape optimization. Consider daw circular or octagonal sections. Mas matibay ba to? Yes. Yes. Reinforcement arrangement. Yes. Uniform distribution versus concentrated bars. Mas maganda yung uniform. And pero check ninyo kung alin saan ang arrangement na maganda at makakatipid kayo. At saka, makakatipid kayo at the same time, mamimit mo yung requirements. Material selection, high-strength concrete and steel grades. Construction consideration, standardized column size for economy. Correct. So, as much as possible, isang column ka lang, isang sizing lang. Para sa formworks, hindi mo gastos. At para isa lang yung configuration ng bakal mo. And next will be common design errors. Avoid these frequent mistakes in biaxial column design. First, neglecting biaxial effects in corner columns. Yes. Using incorrect strength reduction factors. Kasi minsan point nila yung inano natin, ginagamit. Inadequate consideration of the slenderness effects. Yes. Kailan talaga nito i-check yung slenderness effect. Poor reinforcement detailing for biaxial behavior. Correct. Lastly, ignoring construction eccentricity. Yan. Kailangan talaga i-consider yung construction natin. Yung actual na paglatag ng mga bakal, pag-construct, pag-install. So, yan. And the advanced topics, mayroon pang advanced topic tayo dito. Nonlinear analysis. Para sa mga complex loading and scenarios, nonlinear analysis may be required. Yes. Katulad sa fiber section analysis, PMM interaction surfaces, time-dependent analysis, performance-based design approach. Ano na to eh. Advanced na talaga to. Pang-masteral na yan. Seismic consideration. Special requirements for the seismic design of biaxial columns per ACI 318-19M, Chapter 18. Special transverse reinforcement requirements. Yan. Ito, sa Pilipinas, nagre-require naman talaga tayo eh. So, sa lahat ng vertical, dapat mayroon tayong ties. Meron siyang requirement doon para sa SMRF. Confinement steel design. Yes. And the strong column weak beam concept. Yes. Dapat kasi, pag mga seismic zone, dapat mas matibay yung column mo compare sa beam. Yung capacity ng column mo is mas malaki dapat sa beam. Ibig sabihin, dapat unang mag-collapse yung beam mo compare sa column. Mahirap kung column mag-collapse before yung beam mo. Okay? And the plastic hinge region design. Ito din. Okay? And let's go now in the conclusion. Biaxial concrete column design requires careful consideration of multiple factors, including load combinations, interaction effects, and code requirements. The systematic approach presented in this guide provides the foundation for safe and economical design of biaxial loaded columns according to the ACI 318-19M. Okay, takeaway sa may pakamano, pabaon. So always check for biaxial effects on corners and edge columns. Sorry. Use appropriate interaction equation per ACI 318-19M. Consider both strength and serviceability requirements. Verify all detailing requirements for adequate performance. Lastly, utilize computer analysis for complex cases. Yan. Hindi ninyo maiwasan na gumamit talaga ng software kung kailangan na. Okay? And we have here the references and further reading. Check na lang yun yan. Okay? Yun lang guys, thank you for watching and don't forget to follow my page and my website, RHC Tools, my Facebook page, RHC Engineering, and of course our YouTube channel, RHC Engineering also. Okay? So, follow lang ninyo tong rhtools.com para sa mga recent vlogs natin regarding sa mga ganitong mga vlogs. So, laking tulong nito guys. Okay? Medyo napahaba na tayo. Bye-bye. See you next time. God bless.